So we go to our terminal, we say git status. Since we have git ignore, it says those are two files. We're gonna add them all, and when you do period, that means add all the files. We can do one by one if you want. We can do here git ignore. This will add only git ignore, but when you do period, it's gonna add everything that it's untracked. So when we do git status now, you see it's listing everything that we said that we're gonna track, and then we wanna commit that with the message. And usually when you do the first commit, you just say initial commit, and then later you wanna describe those commits. So you do part of something, for example, you change the header of the team and you wanna push that now, you're good, everything works. You wanna push that to GitHub, you come here and then you say updated header with this and that. You want to kind of describe it for yourself or for the teammates so they know what this part of work is for. And then when we do git status now, you see it says nothing to commit, everything is done, right? But it's done locally, so now we need to push it to GitHub. So the only last piece is git push, and then we named it origin, and then you gotta say what branch, and the default branch is master always. So instead of doing git push origin master every single time, you do once with this flag u. So you do git push -u origin master. So what this u gives you, next time when you come in here and want to submit some changes, you just do git push, and it remembers that last time when you did it knows that you want to push to this repository and this branch. So you don't have to type this next time. You just say git push and it does. But you got to remember, if you want to switch the repository or the branch, you got to do that thing again. But this is short. Since we're going to be using only one branch, only master, we're not going to create any other branches because we're all going to be working individually. You can do this command, and then from next time on you can just say git push and you're good to go. So this should now work. Last time, yeah, so last time it was blocked from the school network, and this time I'm using my personal hotspot, so it went through.
It might have something to do with the security.
Yes, it is, yeah. It's blocked, so you can't really connect like that. So we're probably gonna have issues with that remote server that I wanted you guys to do. So that's gonna be part that you guys gonna be doing at home once we get to that spot, but not yet, because it's going to pull back from and also connect to the remote server. So it's probably not gonna work. We'll test it when we get there.
It works without the SSH.
If you do HTTPS
Yeah.
and ask you for password, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so we don't confuse things right now. We're gonna keep doing this. Next class we'll show how to connect to HTTPS. Okay, so now if we go to Git repository, GitHub repository, and refresh this, we should see our files, right? So we see WP content, we see git ignore, and inside here I said, okay, I want to track plugins. Usually you don't want to really track plugins, but since I want to see what plugins you are using on your site while we are working together. That's why I included plugins, but in your projects you probably don't want to include the plugins, only themes. So inside themes, I have this one theme. So you see, I don't have the other themes like 2017 and all that because I don't care about them. I only care about the one that I will working on. Okay, so now let's go back to. We're gonna go back to our local development. So this is my local 2017 default theme you all installed last time. Actually, you installed child team, but it's the same thing. You don't have any other team than this. So from now on, we're gonna be using that underscores that I mentioned, and that's a theme that people created. You can find it on underscores.me, and it's starter team for developers. A lot of people and companies starting from this team and build on top of it, um, because it just gives you the most like clean start. There is nothing else, and it's built by all these people, and they constantly. I work with this guy. Ha! I see him now there. Okay, so these guys are doing voluntary building this for us, and as WordPress is updating, they're updating this theme. So it's awesome thing. So you want to generate your own theme. The way you do it, you go and you can, if you want, you can just keep uh, like follow now what we're doing here. You don't want to do it at the same time if you can. I mean, I think it's just too much. We're not gonna have time, so you can just try to follow and ask me questions anytime. Just interrupt me if you have anything. So here we want to generate our team, and there are some stuff that we can fill in here. So team name, let's see, I already called one time before. NVC WP, this is our team name, and we can call it the full MVC WordPress. And team slug is like shorter or URL like name. So you don't wanna use spaces and capital letters. So you wanna keep it lowercase with the dashes maybe. So we're gonna call it MVC WP, or let's do it the same way. WordPress author, you can put your name. Okay, I'll put my name. Author URI, you can put your website if you have one. Description, this is a theme. There you go. And since I know you guys are familiar with CSS, but we really want to use SAS or SCSS just because it speeds things up so much. And today you don't really want to do CSS anymore. In CSS you need to type WebKit for border radius, right? You need to do hyphen WebKit hyphen and then border radius, and then you gotta do for Mozilla separately, then for Opera separately. When you use SAS and some preprocessor like Koala that I asked you to install, or something else that we're gonna try to install today, um, it does those things for us already. So all we need to do is just do border radius 5 pixels, for example, and it adds everything else for us to support Internet Explorer, to support older browsers. It's just great stuff. And then also nesting and some variables that you can use instead of going to every place and say font color red on 10 or 100 times during your project. You say in one place you say font color as a variable and you say red, and then later on when you want to reference that color you just say this block in my HTML will have font red, but I instead of saying red you say font color, that variable. And then all you do when you want to change that color, you don't go to 100 places to change it. You just change it at one place, right? Is it making sense or not much? So what SCSS, the biggest, kind of the most common use, but there are different things, but this one it might be the best example, I guess, right now. It's a variable in SCSS. So you do font underscore color, for example. So that's the variable, and we want that to be some color. Let's say 414141. And now we want our body class to have um, whatever, and then um, to have color, and then instead of saying this value you put this So what this gives us is, if we have this 100 times that same color 100 times during our project, and we want to replace this color with some other color now, our digital marketing comes in, oh, we want font to be this other color. You gotta go back and remember every time you use this color to go and find it and change it. And this way, you just come to this variable, change it here, and applies to every place that you mentioned it, right? So this is not possible in CSS, right? That doesn't exist. But um, like it says here, Sassify, so Sass or less, so SCSS kind of uh, gives us that these abilities. And this is just one example of it, but you have like functions and tons of stuff that you can do. So we really wanna, so to able to tell underscores to generate theme with that ability, we want to click this checkbox right here, Sassify. And we also, because we want to set up some small store, by the end of the class, we want to have WooCommerce boilerplate also created. And then that's all we do. When we click generate, it's going to generate that theme for us, and it's going to download it. So all we need now to do is to unzip this and open our project, WP content, and then inside themes, we want to just move this folder here. That's one way to do it. And if we go now back to our site, into dashboard, we go to appearance and then themes. We should see that theme that we just, so there it is, Nesha theme, right? That's how I named it earlier, I think, right? Am I correct? No, I'm not. Is that the same portfolio? Did I copy it to the same place? Probably not. Yeah, I didn't. So you gotta make sure you're in right WordPress project. So now when I refresh, so there it is, MVC WordPress. That's the one that we just downloaded from underscores me, right? That's one way of uh, uploading your theme to WordPress. The other way is let's delete that. So now we refresh dashboard. It's gone, right? It's not here anymore. So another way is right here when you see add new, you click here, you say upload theme, it asks you to what file. It's gotta be zip format, right? You see here it says zip format. That's the one that we downloaded. We downloaded in zip format. So you click choose file, and then it was in my downloads, right? And how did you name we see WordPress, there it is, and I click open, click install now, and it should do the same thing as when I copied over, right? It says installed successfully. I go to Teams page, I should see it now. So there it is. I usually unzip and copy to the folder, but you can do it both ways. I just wanted to show you both ways. So now we want to activate this theme and see how it looks like on the front end. Just for comparison, let's activate 2017 again as a refresher. So this is 2017 theme. Just so you can see the difference now between this one and the starter theme. So I activate my starter theme, I go to front end, and boom, what the heck? It's all nothing. But it has everything that you need for WordPress theme. It's just not styled. There is nothing. Um, a lot of stuff are not in place. So we're gonna go through this now and make it better than 2017 or something, whatever you come up with, right? Um, so you guys need break, or you want to keep going? You good? You want to keep going?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess I don't need break too. Okay. Just kidding. So what next we have in our list here? So this is downloading and installing starter team. So that's gonna be part of your assignment when you get home or later, whenever you want. You gotta have to download your just name, fill this information how you like, um, and then download it and upload it to your development site that we started. Uh, the way you upload doesn't matter. You want to do it with the zip from the dashboard, or you want to copy it to Teams folder, doesn't matter. It's gonna work the same. So what we want to do now is, I think we need to kind of go through. That's not today. Um, we're week 3. So we need to kind of go over that team file structure. Well, what do we have now inside that team? So we're gonna open up our Atom, and right, we will learn where teams are located inside WP content. And you see how Atom knows already what I'm tracking. You see this green stuff, right? When we committed those files, it knows that we are tracking these things already. That because Atom is built by the same people that build GitHub, so that's why it's very nice integration. So we go to Teams, and then this is I keep doing the wrong thing. This is our one. Okay. So this is the one that we just downloaded. Portfolio. I don't even have that in Atom. Another thing, if you're using another great shortcut, if you're using Atom and if you're in Mac, you can go to the folder. Oh my goodness. Where I am, I want to go there. I want to navigate to my portfolio site. Okay, and now if I want to open this folder in Atom, you just do Atom and then period, and this should open Atom with that folder loaded there. It's just kind of nice shortcut that you can do. So now I know that I'm in right place. So I go to Teams, and this is the team that we just installed, right? And it's green because it shows us what files we changed or what files are new or modified since we last committed. So this should match what if we go to git commit git to do git status. It's showing us that we have files inside WP content that we never committed. So before we start doing anything, we want to do this really quick to push to GitHub before we start changing that file. So we do git add, git add. It looks like I do need break. I start mistyping. So I do git status, and it's showing me all the files, and you see they're all inside that new team. So this is matching what Git Atom is showing me. That's why I like Atom also. It's kind of tracking stuff for me visually. So I want to commit those changes now. And now I can do message gen underscores team generated, whatever, something like that, right? You can be more creative if I'm kind of not on creative side right now for better naming, but now if you do git status, nothing is there, but we want to push to the repository. So if you're tired like me, you can just go back and do version, so you make sure that you have something, and I don't have anything, so I need to add this. Where is it? Is this one? Yeah. So I copy the URL because I added remote to the other folder, right? So I'm going back and forth. So I want to remote add origin, oops, and then paste that. That should be good. And I check if everything is all right. So I have it there, and now I want to git git push. I'm gonna do U because I know I'm not gonna do any other branches or repositories, so I don't have to do next time origin master. I'm just gonna do git push next time. And this should, what is it? Updates were rejected because remote contains work. Oh.